Hello guys, welcome to the channel where it is all about racing. Today we're going to take a look at this 143 scale older Spark. Yes, you can see that cardboard box in the background. This is an MG-LOLA EX257, the number 33 car that competed in 24-hour Le Mans in 2001. And this car being an all-British collaboration between MG and Lola, I'm going to go ahead and dedicate this to all my friends on the aisles themselves. Yes, all you Brits out there. Now, this particular car was built by British companies Lola and MG. Lola is one of the oldest and largest manufacturers of racing cars in the world. I didn't know that until I did this video. And MG, I remember from the crappy MGs that I considered buying back in the 70s and 80s that seemed to run off the parking lot in the showroom and then would expire shortly thereafter or be in the shop longer than they would be on the road. But anyhow, MG is a British automotive marquee founded in 1920 and famous for its two-seater sports cars. Now, this car was Lola's only car built specifically to LMP675 regulations. These cars would be lighter, use smaller turbocharged engines, and would be more nimble than other current prototypes, the LMP 900, such as Chrysler, Panaos, Audi, and Bentley. And it would be possible for these smaller companies to be competitive, or so they thought. How many times have you heard that story from British companies at Le Mans? Now, in this collaboration, Lola would supply the current chassis and MG the engine, which is a 2-liter turbocharged inline-4 known as the MG XP20 with around 500 horsepower based on BOP. For 2001, at Le Mans, Lola entered 2 cars, qualifying 14th and 17th overall, the fastest of the LMP 675s. However, the small engines were stressed and lacked the capabilities to go the distance, and both retired within 35 laps due to exhaust and an oil leak. Now, one of the cool things that I like about Spark cars are the fact that they have these cool wooden bases. They come with an acrylic jewel cover. They have that crappy old box that you saw, or at least in this era they did, that you saw previously. And they have the driver lineup on the opposite side. Now, I had to look these guys up because I'm not familiar with any of them. However, they are as follows. There was Kevin McGarity, and they would all be British, by the way, an Irishman, of whom had success in Formula 3000, which left in 2001 for Le Mans. Then there would be Mark Blundell, who was running 4th overall, yes, 4th behind 2 Audis and a Bentley when he retired at 5:30 p.m. And then there was Julian Bailey, a Formula F1 racer, raced for Lotus, Nissan, Toyota, and yes, Lister. Now, speaking of Lister, here is another car that I will be reviewing at a later time. Yes, we have this one coming up. Now, the following year, MG would enter 2 cars, again, same driver lineup. Both would survive further, but fail to finish. And the following year, the MG Rover Group would cancel the project, but Lola would continue. Well, how many times have we heard that story about another British manufacturer getting into racing and then getting out with a lack of success? Now, this car actually is pretty cool considering its age. It has the rather unique front end with these 4 air intakes there. I love the MG logo on the front. And the paint job is this absolutely gorgeous, I guess you could call it almost carbon or silver or graphite, whatever you want to call it. It's sparkle, looks really good with the green. See the number 33 at Deloitte & Touche, who my brother-in-law used to work for. That's an accounting firm. Now, the MG logo, you can again here see on the side, you've got the British flag underneath. And one of the real beauties of this car has to do with the interior, which I'm going to try to show you as best I can with the crappy camera that I have. Guys, let me tell you that it's really quite good. I mean, you can see some detail on the steering wheel there. You see the seat belts in the driver's side. You can see all sorts of mechanical stuff on the passenger side. And note what is really cool, the mirror that is mounted here for the left and the other one way out here for the right. And of course, you have this open roll bar. I watched one of these racing at one of the historic series in Belgium, and it sounded really, really cool. Very, very neat. These are your tail lights here. I would assume that big red thing in the middle, as poorly done as it is probably a rain light. I don't know. You have a single exhaust coming out there over on the left, and you have this massive rear wing. Now this car lacks any aerials on it, as is typical of cheaper cars of this era made by Spark before they, got really, really good, or should I say better than that era. Overall, this is a really good looking car. Folks, believe it or not, I picked it up on eBay for 25 bucks, just $25. I have seen it selling for 100 or more. It ain't worth it. If you can't get it relatively inexpensive, don't buy it, unless, like me, you just have a thing for MG, which I do, and I actually have looked at this car for some time on eBay, actually for over a year. They must have made about 1 million of them because they have been around and are still around, and I bought this thing brand spanking new, sealed in that crappy box that you see in the background. Well, folks, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Happy 4th again. See you next time.